on my knees. Otherwise, you can sit you cross-legged, but that's more comfortable for your upright spine position. And as I said today, without not too much going into centerings and breathing, we're just purely gonna move the bodies today. And simply starting with a bit of a stretch, and then we're gonna move into flow. Hopefully that sounds good. Okay, so what I want you to do is gonna start just simply rolling the shoulders, starting to waken up the bodies. There's a lot of tension probably at the top of your shoulders after the night. At least that's what I feel a lot of. And then maybe rolling forward a bit. And then interlacing your fingers and lifting your arms up towards the ceiling, really pressing in the palms, reaching up towards the ceiling, and pressing into the sit bones, and maybe just from side to side again. It's like a nice stretch in the morning. Good. And then bringing your arms forward. And from here, I want you to round your spine and really stretching that thing in between the shoulder blades. Few breaths here, chin towards your chest. Stretching there. And coming back to center again, lifting your arms up. Inhaling here, last one. And then exhaling, coming up into cactus. Nice and open chest here. And we're gonna do an eagle pose. So I want you to bring your right arm, crossing your right arm up above your left. So again, either here or there. Lifting up your elbows so that they are in shoulder height. And then slightly tilting your hands towards the right and your head towards the left. So left ear towards the left shoulder. And we're really targeting here the left side of the right side of your neck, right side of the outside of your shoulder. One more breath here. And coming back to center and winding your arms back into cactus, really opening up the chest. And then crossing opposite, so bringing the left arm above your right, and again into eagle arm. Lift your elbow slightly away and slightly up, so your shoulder height. And this time, tilt your hands toward the left and your right ear towards the right shoulder. Again, here we're targeting the left side of the neck, left side of the shoulder, just underneath your shoulder blade. Good. And unwinding one more time, stretching up into cactus arms. And gonna come into hands and knees position. Into hands and knees position, so your wrists underneath your shoulders, just simple movement, circles, warming up the sides of the body, towards your heels, just really moving morning body. Backwards, slightly forward to the sides, and then changing direction. Again, move just the way you feel. If it doesn't feel good, move whatever feels good for your body. It's a nice warm up. And then coming back to center, and here we're gonna come into puppy pose. We start to walk forward, but I want you to keep on your fingertips. So moving up all the way, lifting your sit bones up, coming up onto the spider or your fingertips, and then allowing your head to drop on the mat and towards the mat. Few breaths here, and think about lifting your armpits up towards the ceiling. So kind of that energetic movement here. Few breaths here. And then slowly coming back to center, bring your hands a little bit closer to you, but not completely underneath. Tuck your toes under, and coming now into your first downward facing dog. Lifting up your hips, you can keep your knees straight, bended first. A bit of a pedaling on the spot, or walking dog on the spot. Keep lifting your hips up towards the ceiling. And now we're gonna come into a bit of a stretch of the side of the body. I want you to keep your right knee bended, straighten your left leg, and then turn your left heel towards your right, so about 45 degrees. And you can see me keep lift, and you're probably gonna reach with your heel the floor or towards close to the floor, and keep lifting the left side of the sit bone and slightly turn your body towards the left side. Keeping really nice stretch of the whole outside, your IT band of the left outside your left hip. One full breath here. And coming back to your normal down dog. And on your next inhaling, rolling into plank. One full plank. And then knees down. Bring hands underneath your shoulders. Inhaling here into cow. Arching your back. On exhaling, rounding your spine, chin towards your chest. And hold there for a few breaths. Again, keep stretching that part in between your shoulders. And then come back to your neutral. Bring your hands slightly forward once again and coming into downward facing dog. And the same thing on the other side. So bending your left knee, right leg straight, and right heel towards the left leg. So again, your right foot about 45 degrees rotated, and keep lifted in the outside of your right into that right side of your hip. And then turning your body towards the right side, feeling a deeper stretch of the right outer hip. One more full breath here, keep breathing. And back to your normal downward facing dog and rolling back up into plank, inhaling here, nice and strong. Knees down, hands underneath your shoulders, inhaling into cow. Exhale, round your spine, and again, one full breath in the cat position. Pressing firmly with your hands, lifting up and stretching in between the shoulders. Coming back to your normal, again into neutral, hands slightly forward, and once again, downward facing dog. Now next in downward facing dog, lifting your right leg up in three-legged dog. And then bend your knee and open up your hip. Re-straighten your right leg up and step and coming up into plank, tree plank. So keep hovering your right leg above and back into three-legged down dog. And this time bring your right foot in between your hands and left knee down on the mat and coming up into low lunge. But here into low lunge, so the back toes could be tucked, whichever you prefer. Keep engaging outside of the left glute, so that kind of activating that, keep engaging. That really helps with the stability of your hips. And now here, your rib cage is slightly going down, so you're engaging your core muscles here. And then slowly sinking a little bit deeper with that position of your pelvis, a little bit deeper down towards the mat. And bringing your arms behind you, interlacing your fingers, knuckles down, and lifting up. And again, think about not really thrusting your ribcage, just here, keeping engagement into your core muscles here. Look forward and maybe lift your hands like away from your body. One more full breath. Keep engaging outside of the left glute. And slowly bring your hands back down onto the mat and into downward facing dog. We'll do the same on the other side, lifting your left leg up. And bend your left knee, open up your hip towards the left side. Back to center, three-legged dog, and into three-legged over ever plank. So with your left leg a little bit elevated, hover above your floor. And again, back to three-legged dog. And step your left leg in between your hands. The same side on the other side, right knee down. Coming up into kind of higher low lunge. And again, engaging your outside of your right glutes, squeezing in, engaging your core muscles here, and arms behind once again, lengthen down, knuckles down, slightly up, looking forward, keeping the whole engagement, and maybe gently sink in a little bit further down. And slowly bring your hands back down, either side of your leg, lift your right knee off the mat and stepping forward. Inhaling here, halfway lift, exhale, folding forward, and inhaling all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Now we're going to do a bit of a flow, a continuous flow, a bit of energizing flow, so it won't be too much of a rest here. Coming to the top of the mat, inhaling, lifting your arms up. Exhale, hinging forward. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale down, stepping your right leg back, right knee down. This time bringing your right knee a little bit further away. So there is a wide stance between your legs. And coming up, still engaging the outside of your right glute, lifting your arms up, inhale here. And on exhaling, straighten your front leg and hinging forward, arms either side of your leg. Toes up. Inhale, coming up. A little bit sinking down your hips. Exhaling, arms either side, straighten your front leg, toes up. Inhale a few more times, couple more times. Exhaling down. Navel in towards the spine, inhale. Last time, exhale, hands down, holding there. Coming up on your fingertips, inhaling, opening nice and broad collarbones. Exhaling, folding forward, so you're just heading towards your shin. Again, inhaling, let the ear come up, opening up your chest. Exhaling, folding. Keeping toes up towards the ceiling. One more time, inhaling, coming up, letting the full breath in. And exhale, fold. Next, inhale, come up, bend your knee, hands either side of your foot into downward facing dog. One full breath, downward facing dog. And then lift your right leg up and step your right foot in between your hands. Left knee down. Once again, bringing your left knees a little bit wider so there's more space between your legs, and coming up into low lunge, engaging your outside of your right glute, or left glute, sorry. Lifting your arms up and exhaling, straighten your front leg, arms down. Keeping the nice long spine, navel towards the spine. Inhaling, coming up, sinking a little bit deeper into mat. Exhaling down. Inhale, come up. Exhale down. Last time, inhaling, come up. Exhale down, hands down. Inhale again, nice and long spine, navel in towards the spine. Exhale, hinging forward. Maybe just a little bit, whatever you are, deepening the stretch at the back of the leg. Again, inhaling, coming. Exhale, folding forward. Last time, inhale, come on. Exhaling down. Next, inhale, bending your front knee, hands either side of your foot, lift your left knee, step forward, halfway lift, inhale, exhaling down. Inhaling all the way up. And hands to heart center. We're gonna move into more rhythmic movement, now half sun salutations. Top of the mat, inhaling, arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, come all the way up into standing, arms up. And exhale, folding forward once again. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhaling down. Inhaling all the way up. And once again, exhale, folding forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhaling down. Inhaling all the way up. Last time, exhale, folding forward, and we'll move on to sun salutation. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale down, stepping your right leg back. Right knee down, low lunge. Inhaling, lifting your arms. Exhaling, hands down into downward facing dog. Inhale, rolling into plank. Exhale, knees down and lowering all the way down. Lengthen your legs, hands either side of your mat, lifting your chest on your inhale, hold one full breath. Next, exhale, lowering your chest down, bring your hands either side of your chest, lifting into higher cobra, elbows in towards the midline, bend your knees and coming up, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up and step your right foot in between your hands. Bring your left knee down, inhale, low lunge. And exhale, hands down, either side of your foot, step forward, inhale, halfway lift. And exhaling down, stepping your left leg back. Left knee down, inhale, low lunge. And exhaling down, stepping downward facing dog. Inhaling, rolling into plank. Knees down, lowering all the way down. Bring your hands onto your sacrum, elbows in towards each other, lifting your chest on your inhale. And exhale, lowering down. Bring your hands either side of your chest. Inhale, higher cobra. Bend your knees, exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up towards the ceiling. And bring your left foot in between your hands, right knee down. Inhale, coming up into low lift. Exhaling, hands down, stepping forward, halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, folding down. And inhaling, come all the way up into standing. And exhaling, hands to heart center. Inhale, lifting, come building up now. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale down, stepping your left leg back. And pivot your left foot to the side, getting ready for warrior two. Inhale in warrior two. And bring your arms behind you, interlacing your fingers. Bringing knuckles down again, keeping that engagement into your core so you're not thrusting your ribs forward. Knuckles down and maybe lifting your arms a little bit higher so you are kind of in this position. Keep facing with your torso along the edge of your mat, noticing your front knee. Good, and then bringing your left hand onto your sacrum or onto your side. Straighten your front knee, reaching up a triangle, reaching up. And then lowering onto your shin. And again, think about not just sticking your bum out, nice and open body. And lift your arm up into full triangle pose. Watch for your front knee so you're not completely locking in a straight, just keep pressing at the top of the ball of the foot. And then bring an arm over your head. Bending your front knee, bring your right hand onto your thigh. Nice and long side angle from the heel up into the fingertips. And then turning towards the mat. Hands down, downward facing dog. One full breath, downward facing dog. And step your left leg in between your hands. And ready for another side, warrior two, lifting your arms up, warrior two. One full breath in warrior two. And then bring your hands down, interlacing your fingers, knuckles down, lifting up, opening up your front of your chest. Stay here. And then bring your right hand onto your sacrum or onto your side. Straighten your front knee, reaching up with your front left arm, reaching up. Again, think about your not sticking your bum out. And then bring your hand down onto your shin. But again, let it rest, not pressing into your hand. Keep pressing in the ball of the front foot and arm up towards the ceiling. If that's available for you. One full breath in triangle. And then arm over your head, stretching in, bending your front knee, left hand onto your left thigh. Full nice, keep pressing into the left forearm so you're not collapsing into your shoulder, nice and strong. And then turning your torso towards the facing mat and into downward facing dog. Next in breath, rolling into plank. Knees down, on exhaling all the way down. Straight legs, inhaling higher cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up. And step your right foot in between your hands once again into warrior two. Arms to the side. Good, one for warrior two. Now bring your left hand onto the left hip. This time, keeping your front knee bended, reaching up like we did in triangle, reaching up as long as you can, and then bring your hand, whatever it's available for you, ideally in the front of your right foot, and then start to walk into half moon pose. And again, bring your right hand a little bit further and start to lift your leg up, stretching into your heel so your foot is parallel to the floor, opening up your chest. It's a bit tricky. Look down to the mat, don't look to me. It's really balanced pose, lifting your left arm up towards the ceiling. One full breath here. Enjoying that strength, enjoying that balance you have. And then release your hand back down onto your hip, bending your standing leg as much as you need to find the floor with your left leg. Warrior two back. And into reversed. Stretching again into your fingertips, creating that space in your pelvis area or your belly, abdominal area. And back, swinging your arms all the way down onto your mat, either side of your hands, downward facing dog. One full breath, downward facing dog. And then lift your left leg up and step in between your hands. Pivot your back foot into warrior two. Warrior two, one full breath. And then right hand onto your right hip. And again, with your left hand, reaching forward, reach to the front of your mat. And again, making a few steps if you need to, then bring your left hand a little bit more forward and start to lift your right leg up. Stretch into your right heel. Think about your bum isn't sticking out. Opening up your chest, arm up. One more full breath. Engaging your core, that helps with the balance. And then release your upper arm back onto your hip. Bending your standing leg as much as you need to with the stability to find the floor into warrior two. On your next in-breath, reverse warrior. Nice and strong, stretching up, creating that space in the abdomen between your pelvis and your ribs. And coming into, swivel your hands either side of your foot and downward facing dog. Next in-breath, coming back into plank. Knees down, lowering all the way down. Straight legs, inhaling, higher cobra. And exhaling, downward facing dog. One full breath in downward facing dog. And then releasing your knees down on the mat. We're going to come the same into on the knees, half moon pose. So bringing your left leg into line, so it's behind your right foot. You can tuck your right foot under. Right hand a little bit forward than your shoulder. And now start to opening up your torso towards the long edge of your mat. Lifting your left leg up, stretching into heel. Stay here or grab the ankle. And again, this time I want you to focus more stretch of your quads rather than a lot of back bend. So coming up in a gentle back bend a little bit, but keep stretching your quads and your chest. One full breath. There is a wobbly here and that's okay. And re-straighten your back leg and coming back into your hands and knees. The same on the other side. Straighten your right leg in line with your hand, with your knee and with your foot. So all one nice line. Your left hand slightly forward and again opening up to the side of the mat. And lifting your right leg up, stretching into heel. Stay here or coming up. Grab your ankle and just really finding that stretch in the quad here. So your heel goes towards the sit bone rather than away from your body. But keep an open up your shoulders too. One full breath. And slowly bring your, coming back into hands and knees. Hands a little bit forward and downward facing dog. Now from here, we're gonna roll halfway into plank and bring your right knee in the middle. And then pivot your shin to the left side and release it down, heading to pigeon pose. And then move your back foot backwards. Now in the pigeon pose, I don't want you to collapse. You open up, lifting up. Now there is engagement into your core, so you're not collapsing into your lower back. Finding that position into your pigeon pose, and again, probably a nice, whatever sensations are in the outside of your right hip. And then bringing your hands outside your mat, either side of your mat. Nice and open chest, inhaling here, and exhaling, lowering down, elbows up towards the ceiling. Inhale and coming up here like that, and exhaling down. And again, think about your chest isn't going down towards your knees, rather more towards the front. So keeping that nice long length. And again, a few more times on inhale, on exhale, lowering down. On inhaling, exhale, lower down. Inhale, come up. pausing here at the top. And now we're going to come into gentle twist. So bring your left hand so in line with your right knee and bring your right hand to the side. Stay here and gentle twist looking over to the right side, or you want to go a little bit deeper, you can come onto your forearm and you do a little bit twist here. So if you want to look at me, so you are in that twist. Good. Stay here for a few breaths. If it's too much, you can always come back to the straight, avoid the twist. And then slowly coming back to center. Tuck your toe under, back toe under, and lifting your knee off the mat, pressing firmly into your hands and lifting up into downward facing dog. One breath in downward facing dog. And then lifting your left leg up, coming up into that halfway plank, knee in towards the chest. Left knee towards the chest, and pivot your shin, and then lowering into pigeon pose on the other side. Again, walk your back leg, wherever you are. And again, finding that nice pigeon pose where you feel comfortable settling in that pose. And again, bring your hands quite wide outside of your mat. And inhaling here, look forward. And exhaling, lowering down. And while you do that, don't collapse your head. Keep your head nice and aligned with the spine. Inhaling, coming up. Exhaling, folding forward, keeping your head looking at the top of your mat. Inhale, come. And exhaling, lower. Inhale, come on. And last time, exhaling forward. Inhale, come up here. And again, right hand in line with your left knee and turning your left arm to the side. And again, stay in this twist here, or you can lower onto the forearm. You can even hug your knee and just a little bit deeper in that twist. So whatever you are in your practice. Few breaths here. And even while you are in a twist, think about you not collapsing your belly down towards the mat. There's a nice engagement here, hugging in. There's no gripping, but there is nice, that support that you give into your body. It's probably noticing any sensations in your hip, the left side of your hip, glutes. And slowly coming back to center, walking your hands forward, tucking your back toes under, lifting your right knee off the mat, and stepping into downward facing dog. Last few breaths in downward facing dog. Now for more space in your upper shoulders, you may want to bring your fingers towards the long side of the mat, just slightly rotate to the side. And feeling that spaciousness in between your ears and your shoulders, letting your shoulders blades go towards your split bones. And then slowly lowering your knees all the way down on your mat and sitting up on your heels. If you're rolling up shoulders here, you can, if you want, you can bring your head from side to side. So again, whichever your body wants, because while we are in downward facing dog, there might be a bit of a tension creating here. So releasing that here. Whatever you need to move that upper body. And then slowly we'll start to coming into bridge pose. So lying down on your backs, your feet about hip distance apart, knees bended, arms by your side, toes slightly in towards each other, just a little bit. And again, now here, engaging your core a little bit. So there is no completely flattening of the lower back, but just a little bit. So there is that, again, that stability in this area. And with this tilt of your pelvis, on your next in breath, pressing into the feet, pressing into the shoulders, which is actually lying down onto the flat shoulders. Start to lift your hips up towards the ceiling and holding in here. Now, if you wish, you can interlace your fingers behind you and then lift a little bit higher onto your shoulders. Keep looking at the top towards the ceiling. You keep lifting up your sit bones towards the ceiling. Now, again, here, there's a gentle engagement into your quads, so you're not really working on your, on your glutes. So you're not working on your quads, on your front muscles, leg muscles, rather than you're lifting from your glutes. And slowly starting to unwind. If you interlace your fingers, slowly vertebra by vertebra, lowering your hips down on the mat. Good. Lifting up now your legs up, and I want you to cross your thighs, not your shins, but your thighs, and then bring your knees in towards your chest and just hug them in. Few breaths here, really hug them in. Again, might be feeling nice sensations in your outer hips, whatever it's there. And then slowly unwinding your legs. And once again, when you're going to come once again into bridge pose, getting ready, the same instructions. I'm not going to repeat, but you know, nice engagement into your core. And your next inhale, start to lift your hips up towards the ceiling. And once again, you may want to interlace your fingers behind you, stretching your knuckles towards the heels, lifting your chest a little bit higher, your hips a little bit higher, and working with your glutes rather than your legs. Keep pressing and keep breathing here. And again, slowly unwinding your arms and gently vertebra by vertebra, releasing your hips down on them. And now lifting your legs up, again, crossing your legs, but now the different one, what you did before. And again, squeeze your knees in towards your chest, gently hug in. Love yourself for this practice, for showing up in this practice, giving some time for yourself. And slowly unwinding your legs. And straighten your right leg and bringing your left foot on your right thigh. Keeping your straight leg nice and, not gripping, but again, nice and engaged. And right hand onto your left knee and bringing your left knee all the way towards the right side. Coming up into twist. And again, go as far as is comfortable for you to go this morning. Ideally, to keeping your both shoulders on the mat and looking up towards the left side. And letting your left arm to be slightly away from your body. And just softening here in that twist. If it's not comfortable, this twist, again, choose your own twist if you prefer to. We can stay as long as we want to, but we're gonna move on. So gently unwinding from this twist. And straightening your left leg. Bending your right knee and bringing your right foot on the left thigh. Left hand onto your right knee. Right arm slightly away, palm facing up towards the ceiling. And inhaling here. And on your exhale, we were going to twist into or towards the left side. So bring your right knee towards the left side and looking over the right shoulder. If you want to bring your right foot on the mat, on the floor, that's completely fine. So whatever your twist is, accessible for you and feeling nice. Or if it's none of them working, you can simply adjust from the knees, bend it. Bring knees to the sides. And then gently bringing your knee back down to center. Straighten your both legs, lifting your arms and over your head and stretching into your fingertips, stretching into your toes. Last time, nice and long spine. And then bending your knees, hugging your knees in and bringing your nose towards your knees. And slowly releasing back down on the mat. Straighten your leg for one time. Once again, arms by your side, slightly away from your body, just a minute or so into realized Shavasana, just to allowing your whole body to assimilate what it was going on this morning. And again, just coming up into that comfortable position where you're allowing your body to fully rest here. There's nothing else to do here. Noticing all your frowning muscles are soft, especially the space between your forehead. Your eyes are softened, clenching your jaw. And moving down, softening your throat, your shoulders nice and open, relaxed down on the mat. And let your abdomen be soft, noticing the breath flowing in your body. Noticing your body moving with each breath. And letting your legs to be relaxed on the mat, feet to flop to the sides. Let's be here for a moment. I know the visions, probably the thoughts, what's going to happen today, what we're going to do today coming into your mind. But let's coming back to your breathing. Bring that whole awareness into your breath. For the last one more minute, just simply stay with your body and your breath.